here with Gandy Grows again. I'm checking out the BIOS Endeavor series, and this is their 1750 approximate PPF, mid 600 watt racking fixture, which is on the lower end of wattages now. I think it's plenty for most growers, and it's definitely one of the most efficient ways to run, especially in a rack, until you're hitting north of 2 grams per watt on your dry yield. There's really no need for more wattage. However, 700, 800, 900, even up to 1,000 watt racking fixtures are now available, and some growers make the most of each one of those watts. So it's all about what you do with the tool. As far as the spectrum goes, this has a very well balanced red to blue ratio. We'll throw it up here on the screen. The overall performance on that spectrum is going to be very good. You can see that the old Gavita spectrum in their racking fixture has actually moved to something more like this. However, there's not much far red. Overall, I really like this fixture, and I really like the company BIOS. They've been around a long time, and that's saying a lot in the LED horticulture space. They're one of the originals, and they're still sticking it out. They're still doing product innovation. Not the fastest to market with new products. However, the quality of the products they develop is worth the wait, I think. This power supply is UPowerTech. I really like these power supplies. I've been messing with these for almost 10 years now. They've really done a lot for the horticulture modifications as far as inrush current management, staggered delay times. They've got a lot of horticultural nuance in these types of power supplies. This is, and I'll show you in a minute how this thing mounts up. I really like it. It's kind of tough to get off, but one thing to note on the power supply is that they've got the note AC input connect only and DC connect only. So the cables are actually interchangeable. So I know that they've had somebody just hook high voltage up to the luminaire and say, why doesn't my fixture work? Or something along those lines. Or it might even fry the fixture, because this is probably rated class 2, maximum of 54 volts going into the printed circuit boards. If you put 120 or 277 volts in there, it is going to maybe fry the luminaire. And that would be on the grower now that they've got these little labels on here. I'm going to hook it up correctly, line voltage in. I like these flush mount connectors off the power supply. That's an option from the factory, and I do like those. They don't have it on the AC, just the DC side. So, gold flag, DC, gold sticker, DC. Don't mess it up. They also have an LLT connector with a cable around here somewhere for the dimming connection. I like LLT connectors. They're just fine. They're one of the better known and most cost effective for quality. One thing to look at while we've got it upside down like this is the heat sinks. I really like the way that they've done this, and it is because of product iteration over time. Having these be smooth is a very good design element. It just makes it cleanable. It also makes it, in a grow environment, no matter what you're growing, there's going to be dust, there's going to be sprays, there's going to be stuff. You should be doing sanitation between most, if not every run. And the ability to clean these off is, you don't have to go down into the heat sinks to get it out. So that is a very high quality move. The build quality of these, you can feel it when you're messing with one. It's very high quality. And again, most of the fixtures that I look at and review are for commercial applications and to help growers make informed decisions on buying. I think these are extremely well built, and they've got a reputation for that over time. I did just get to meet with the engineer or product manager and talk about the overall build of this in their fixture lines. And this glass covering, the way it's mounted, it's nice and tight. and it provides component protection, but again, to the serviceability, it's cleanable. Very nice feature. But I really like this feature. I didn't know exactly what it was at first, but I've seen these things mounted up in commercial grows now. And if I can, I'll mount this up in a rack. But basically, these tabs are made to slide out over these bars and kind of just sit right on top of them, and you can shoot in a tech screw or fasten them to this in some other way. But that's actually a pretty ingenious way to hang these things up. Gets them up nice and tight, and it also is very rigid, which is key when you've got a lot of plants and moving parts around. Just having them hard mounted up there is a really good idea. So now I'm going to lay this thing flat and put the power supply on. All right, so you see how easy that went. Again, this is extremely firm compared to some folding fixtures on the market. This is a big ABS or plastic hinge joint, and just as it is, it's pretty rigid. Now, I like what they've done here with the mounting of their power supply. It's nifty, opens up, it's mounted on there. And then they got their branding on the bottom, so when they're installed, you get that cool factor. So, like I said, this flush mount. Panel mount connector here. There. And then this actually clips on to the frame, which is similar to Fluence and some other companies, but that's really nice. It's on there. I mean, it's not going anywhere. The problem being, which I found out after I did my dry run of this, is I say it in almost every video, but 9 times out of 10, if a fixture fails, it's the power supply. This would be no exception. These power techs, I know from experience, have a very high reliability, but 1 to 2% fail rate in 3 to 5 years is to be expected, not even thought about. So you can get these power supplies off to swap them out, but if you've got this thing flush mounted up into the rack with these tabs, especially if you've done any additional drilling, to get this thing off, you really got to get some force under there to get this out. But during serviceability, quick connects, there you go. Boom, boom. New power supply, you're back in business. And the little bat wing fold up on the power supplies is pretty legit. So all in all, really like this fixture. I want to see a higher wattage version of it, which I think they have in the works. 800 watts I think is more than enough, up to 1,000 watts. Don't know if it's necessary or if this brand will go there, but yeah, nice work, BIOS. This is a solid fixture. Just looking at my board over here to make sure I didn't forget anything. I don't think I did, but if I did, or you have any questions about this, please feel free to reach out to me with any questions, and I will do my best to clarify it. And as always, thank you for watching.